fighting, bitch. Don't you know that you gotta be polite to people in this society? Because if not, this is what happens tonight.
Diego, don't come back here. We have guns and we will shoot you.
Kelly? That you? Oh, I got a little bonus. Got a little package deal. But I'll tell you what, tonight, I'm gonna release the beast. I'm a boss of you fucking lame bitches. It's my right, granted to me by the newfound fathers. You thought your little weak-ass protection was gonna keep me out or what, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Not with the birdcage, Buster. Saved up a lot of pennies for this bitch, let me tell you.
Diego, don't you hear there's people in our building when you
shut the fuck up! The only thing you gotta be concerned with is who wants to go first. Huh?
Leave my daughter alone. You can do what you want to me, Diego.
I will. Trust me when I tell you, I will. You better prepare yourself tonight, because tonight, it's motherfucking on, bitch. That's right, because it's Diego's night. It's my night to motherfucking purge! My fucking time!
Peace to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. It's your brother Andrew come back at y'all with another video in truth. And the title for this one is Niggas Like Diego and Skeletor from the movie Purge will be out here wreaking havoc on the wicked, all right? And this specific time that, you know, that will be similar to the Purge and these other different post-apocalyptic movies. I won't say post-apocalyptic, but apocalyptic movies. Such as, you know, the Book of Eli or this movie called The Domestics, you know, so forth and so on. This time that these movies is kind of, you know, mimicking in a slight manner is the time of Jacob's trouble, or what Hamashiach called Great Tribulation, the time of Great Tribulation. It was prophesied to be the worst time that'll ever exist, you know, in the future or in the past. You know, race wars and sedition, which is rebellion against the authorities, will be some of the events happening within this time. And as a result of that, the crime rate, you know, and violence will be at an all-time high, especially when all the food is gone. So yeah, the Most High has plans to bring, you know, the God of the Bible, the God of Israel, has plans to bring great plagues to the earth that'll cause extreme mental and physical suffering because of all the people sinning against him, doing evil and wicked things that's not pleasing and acceptable in his sight. So let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. This is the second book of Ezra in the Apocrypha. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." See, and if you look up the word woe, the word woe, it means great sorrow or distress, right? Things that cause sorrow or distress, troubles, right? So scriptures say, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So the inhabitants of the earth is a warning to them that great sorrow and distress and troubles is coming. A time of misery, which is a state of feeling of distress and discomfort of mind and body. The plagues of the Lord is what's going to cause misery, sorrow, distress, desolation, despair, gloom, right? Misfortune, disaster, suffering, pain, torture, agony. You see? Affliction. So pain and suffering is coming for the inhabitants of the earth. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draws near. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. The word swords means guns, all right? The weapons that people use nowadays. Because they didn't have guns back in the ancient world when Ezra seen his vision, all right? He was just describing guns, and different, these assault rifles and things like that. He was trying to describe futuristic weapons the best way that he could, all right? So is people going to be fighting against each other with guns in their hands. So it's going to be a lot of shootouts, all right? When people going to stand up against each other. So there's race wars right there. For there shall be sedition among men, which is uprisings against the government, and rebellion against the laws of the land, okay? It says, and invading one another. So people going to get their houses broken into. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. The kings and the princes is symbolic of the kings and the princes today would be your governors, your mayors, these different politicians, these senators, the president, so forth and so on. So the emergency services, 911 services will be unavailable during this time. So that means all crime will be legal, just like the Purge. Just like the Purge. That's what it means. The course of their actions shall stand in their power. So the course of their actions, whether they be rapings, or whether they be different murders or robbings, stabbings, things of that nature, is going to stand in their power. That means they won't be met with no type of resistance by the law. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. So the cities of America is going to be in chaos and turmoil. It says the houses shall be destroyed. So people's houses are going to get shot up and or burned to the ground. It says, and men shall be afraid. So the spirit of fear will consume the inhabitants of the land. This is the time of trouble that God is warning the people of the world about through his men, through his prophets. All right. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity, so no mercy upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So the gun, people's houses will get shot up and shit. And spoil their goods. So people's resources will get robbed, especially food, because of the lack of bread, meaning food. So people's going to get robbed because of the lack of food. And for great tribulation, because all hell is breaking loose, man. Right? It's going to be survival of the fittest. Only the strong survive. And really, only those, the only ones that will be strong during this time is the elect of the nation of Israel, the remnant. The Most High is going to take care of them. They're not going to be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine, they shall be satisfied, right? And there shall no evil befall them. The Lord's going to give his angels charge over his chosen to protect them, all right? And also, he's going to give these chosen men, spiritual powers, all right, to overcome their enemies and to work miracles and these different signs and wonders. Well, that's another lesson right there. But yeah, I just say that to say the Lord's chosen, his servants is going to be satisfied. They're going to be straight during these times. Everybody else is over with, man. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And these people going to get real desperate to the point where they're going to be even committing cannibalism. Right? They could be doing, when people ain't got nothing to lose, they lose it all. Or it's some certain phrase that's similar to that. I don't know if I got it right, but yeah, man, people gonna lose their mind. You know what I'm saying? People gonna lose their mind out here. All right. Ezekiel 7:23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. That's how it's gonna be here in America, man. In the cities of Babylon the Great, right? The cities is going to be troubled by bloody crimes and violence. So robbings, stabbings, shootings, people getting their body parts dismembered, people getting strangled and burned to death, tied up, gutted. You know what I'm saying? Like some, some like off a scary movie, some chainsaw massacre type stuff, man. You know, these are the days that we were going into, and as you've seen in the couple of clips that I posted before this video from the first Purge and the very first movie that it came out with, the first Purge. But anyways, in the first one, with Diego, the Hispanic or Latino looking man, he had broke into the houses of these two females, right? Because he wanted revenge. Because the woman was acting like an asshole. The woman was being a bitch, all right? So the man wanted revenge. And it's going to be like that. It's going to be a lot of accounts like that in the future in Jacob's Trouble. Because, you got to check this out. Women are weak. They're feeble, all right? They can't fight back. And plus, now they're extremely prideful. They're evil, they're wicked. They feel like they can say anything or do anything to a man because this society reinforces their behavior with no consequence. They can just call the police and they put the man in jail. But guess what? That shit ain't gonna be that shit ain't gonna be available in that time, man. So these women out here gonna be easy prey. Free game, man. All right. There's been a lot of women that's been doing messed up shit to men out here, and in that time they're gonna get their opportunity for payback and retribution. Yeah. And in the next video that I played after, that was from the first Purge. I think that's the latest one that came out. No, I think it's like the first, the second to last. I think it was like 3 or 4. It's the second to last. But anyways, it's gonna be niggas like him, man. Psychotic and violent criminals. Serial killers, rapists, mentally sick people that get a thrill from blood. They're gonna be out here wreaking havoc on the ungodly, man. Especially these women. Most serial killers and mentally ill people, they're gonna be targeting, people who are vulnerable, which is women, right? They gonna they choose to kill, basically they're damn, what am I about to say, man? They pick certain individuals that's weak, all right? It's not able to fight back, like old people, children, women. They're gonna be in the most trouble during the time of Jacob's trouble. Isaiah 32:9 said, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, you careless women. For the vintage shall fail and the gathering shall not come." Right? So all their benefits, their jobs, everything's going to get taken away from them, man. And they're going to be out here through vulnerable, man. Very, very